Listen up, stop dreaming, and start doing. Success isn't going to just fall into your lap. You have to go out there and seize it with both hands. To level up, there are 5 personal habits that every man must master if they want to crush it in life. Whether it's business, sports, relationships, or anything else, these habits will set you apart from the rest of the pack. But don't worry, these habits are doable. All you need is some determination, focus, and a willingness to work on yourself. So, are you ready to become the best version of yourself? Let's get started. Daily habits are crucial, and they can shape you to be the kind of man you want. Now, we know what you're thinking. Here comes another lecture about healthy living and mindfulness. But hold on just a second, because this is important stuff. Let's face it, most of us develop routines and habits without even realizing it. And unfortunately, many of those habits are bad ones that limit our development and keep us from becoming the kind of man we want to be. But fear not, because if you're watching this, it's obvious you're not average and that you want to get better. So what can you do to become the best version of yourself? Number 1, command your morning. Well, first and foremost, take charge of your mornings. Yes, you heard us right. You have a choice every morning. Either you stay in your dreams or you get up and pursue them. And let us tell you, most people decide to keep dreaming. But guess what? That's the mindset of a loser. Instead, we advise you to give the first 2 hours of your day to yourself after waking up. Use that time to set your intentions for the day. Meditate, exercise, read, or do whatever else fuels your soul. By taking control of your mornings, you position yourself for success. It's a crucial stage on the road to becoming the man you want to be. And here's the thing, your entire day and even your long-term success can be impacted by how you spend your mornings. By creating a positive morning routine, you can boost your productivity, lower your stress levels, and enhance your general well-being. When it comes to enhancing your well-being, we're talking about exercise, reading, keeping a journal, or working a side job. These are all great ways to develop into the man you want to be. And the best time to work on your goals and yourself? You guessed it, in the morning. Start your day like a fierce predator, ready to annihilate anything that gets in the way of achieving your goals. And here's a little tip for you. Tackle the most difficult task first thing in the morning. Get it out of the way, and the rest of the day will seem like a piece of cake. You will feel like a total badass for conquering that challenge, and it will set the tone for the rest of your day. Now, we know you guys are all about impressing the ladies, so let us remind you of something we talked about in our previous video, masculine traits that will make women go crazy for you. A man with a passionate drive is seen as having a clear direction and purpose in life. So if you want to be irresistible to the ladies, you gotta have that fire in your belly. Number 2, restrict your availability. Now, we know you might think it's cool to always be available to anyone and everyone, but let me tell you, it's not. It makes you look more like a clown than a man with a goal. Think about it. If you're always jumping at every interruption, request, or distraction that comes your way, you're wasting precious time and energy on things that don't matter. And let's be real here. Time is a commodity that we can never get back, so you need to start valuing it. That's why it's crucial to limit your availability to those who don't value you. You'll never be seen as a high-value man if anyone can use your time whenever they want. And if you manage your time wisely, not only will you achieve your goals faster, but you'll also gain the respect of others. Here's a little analogy for you. The only way to appreciate the sun is when it's not there. When it's raining all the time, we start yearning for that warm, sunny day. But when it gets too hot, the sun can become oppressive. So if you reside somewhere where it's always sunny, it's easy to take it for granted. The point is, you need to be willing to set clear priorities and goals for yourself and distinguish between what's necessary for your success and what's not. And don't just play silly mind games and act unavailable for the sake of it. Instead, make it clear that you're not always accessible because you value your time and your mission. Number 3. Decisiveness. It's time to stop being wishy-washy and start making decisions like a high-performing man. When you're indecisive, you're like a ship without a captain, floating aimlessly and going nowhere fast. But when you make a decision and stick to it, you're in control and have the upper hand. Don't get bogged down with too much information, or you'll suffer from analysis paralysis. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. You'll just end up with a soaked shirt and a headache. Instead, gather enough information to make a decision and then take action. Sure, making a decision can be scary, especially when you're not 100% certain it's the right one. But here's a secret: you can always change your mind if you need to. Making a decision is better than not making one at all, so take a deep breath and go for it. Once you've made a decision, stick to it. Don't second guess yourself or waffle back and forth. A high-performing man knows what he wants and goes after it with confidence and determination. So be decisive, trust yourself, and watch your life soar to new heights. But here's the thing. When you're presented with a choice, your goal should be to make a decision as quickly as possible. Sure, you want to weigh the pros and cons, consider the consequences, and think things through. But at some point, you need to just make a decision and stick to it. Of course, if the situation changes significantly, you may need to reevaluate your decision. But for the most part, once you've made a choice, don't waste time questioning yourself. Trust your gut, have confidence in your decision-making abilities, and move forward. Here's another tip. Don't get bogged down in trying to make the perfect decision. Perfectionism can be a real killer when it comes to decision-making. Instead, focus on making additional choices and learning from them. Each decision you make is an opportunity to improve your decision-making skills, so don't be afraid to make mistakes and learn from them. Number 4. Make sacrifices. This is a big one. If you want to achieve your dreams, you need to be willing to make some sacrifices. We know sacrifices are no fun, but listen up, because this is important. If you are not willing to make sacrifices, your dreams will become the sacrifice. And let's get one thing straight, there will always be costs involved. Whether you like it or not, achieving your goals will require some level of sacrifice. So if you're unwilling to make that sacrifice, you're essentially giving up on your potential. Valued men know when to make sacrifices. They understand that sometimes you have to give up certain things to achieve greater success, and that doesn't mean you can't continue to enjoy your life. It just means that before you can succeed, you may have to give up some of your interests. Now, let's get real here. Are there things in your life that you're not sacrificing but you should be? Maybe you have some friends who aren't exactly helping you reach your goals, or perhaps you spend too much time partying or scrolling through social media. Look, we get it. Sacrifices aren't easy, especially when you're a young man who doesn't want to miss out on all the fun. But trust us, when you've squandered your potential, all that fun won't be worth it. We all have 24 hours in a day, but are you using that time to improve your life? Now, we know we've talked a lot on this channel about how tough it is to be a man, and yeah, it can be a real struggle sometimes, but here's the thing, that's not the whole story. Don't go thinking that being a man is all doom and gloom. No siree. You have the power to elevate yourself to the highest levels as a man. You can become the kind of man that both men and women admire. How cool is that? But you gotta be willing to make some sacrifices. So let us ask you this. Are you spending your time on things that will help you improve your wealth, strength, and ability to succeed in life? Or are you wasting it on things that aren't going to get you anywhere? You gotta be honest with yourself, fellas. But here's the good news. If you give up the things that are holding you back and focus your time and energy on improving yourself, there's no limit to what you can achieve. You can rise to the top. Number 5. Exercise discipline. You see, everyone recognizes the value of discipline, but few have the strength to put it into practice. It's like going to the gym. You know it's good for you, but you just can't seem to get your butt there. And let's not even mention the thought of a cold shower after a hard workout. But here's the thing, without discipline, all those habits we've been talking about in this video are just useless junk. Yeah, you heard that right, useless junk. It's like having a brand new fancy car with no gas in the tank. It may look good, but it ain't going anywhere. So be honest with yourself, folks. Do you struggle with discipline? Are you the kind of person who hits the snooze button 10 times before finally dragging yourself out of bed? Or do you jump out of bed ready to tackle the day? On a scale of 1 to 10, how disciplined would you say you are? Whatever your answer is, don't worry. The good news is that anyone can learn it. Yes, even you. With self-discipline, you can control how you react to any situation that comes your way. You won't be like a leaf blowing in the wind, getting tossed around by every little thing that happens. Nope, you'll be like a rock, steady and unbreakable. But here's the thing, self-control isn't something you're born with. It's something you gotta train, just like you train your body at the gym. The more you work at it, the stronger it gets. It's like magic, but real. Now, if you don't have much self-esteem, that could be because you're lacking self-control. When you can't control your actions, it's hard to feel good about yourself. But don't worry, my friends, because you can turn that around. When you develop discipline every day, you're basically telling your inner weaknesses to take a hike. You're like, not today, weaknesses, I'm in charge here. And that's a powerful feeling. Conclusion. Finally, mastering personal habits can be a critical factor in achieving success for any man. Taking charge of your mornings, limiting your availability, being decisive, making necessary sacrifices, and exercising discipline are 5 habits outlined in this video that can help individuals improve their productivity, relationships, and overall well-being. So, start incorporating these habits into your life today for a better tomorrow. Thank you for watching.